All right, here we go. Hey, Clock Fox. Hello, Destron Decepticon. Hope you guys are having a good day. Got a little G1 Windcharger on the menu for today. I sketched him out using the his G1 animation model. So pretty basic, design. I did grab this little Windcharger keychain to just kind of take a peek at, see if there's anything on here that I want to borrow, but I think I'll pretty much stick to the animation model. We'll see how it goes. Oh, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. What's up, Zombie Prowl, D. Miraz? So I switched up the sound a little bit, you've probably noticed. Given a shot to some Super Metroid soundtrack. Oh man, Thanksgiving dinner sounds pretty amazing. All right, let's jump in with uh-oh. Trouble at customs. That's no fun. All right. Forgive me for a second. I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit. Be able to work around it. All right. That should be good. Enough dawdling. Let's get to the drawing, right? So Windcharger, G1 Windcharger, met a sad fate in the movie, didn't he? It's got a interesting design to his face. It's very there's a lot of lines in there. Windcharger is one of those bots too, where like pretty much after season 2 you didn't see much of him, right? Or I should say after season 1. I don't really remember seeing much of him in season 2. You had kind of the other mini bots take center stage, like you know, Power Glide and Beachcomber, Warpath, kind of that second wave of mini bots. It's been a while since I've really watched much season 2, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure Windcharger kind of just disappeared, which would explain why he is a bit underappreciated, underused. Yeah, the animation model has the cheekbones, got the lines coming from his eyes, the lines that kind of go down his face. I sort of structure the bot's faces a little differently, but I'm going to stick to the animation model as much as I can here. He's got that weird boxy Motormaster-like head too. I do find it interesting also, the Generation 1, excuse me, which Generation 1 animation models they chose to give the little chin thing to. In my head, it would seem like kind of the more menacing, larger bots would have this little thing on the bottom of the chin, like, you know, Megatron or Starscream or whatever, but they don't really have that. This is little baby Windcharger does, though. Ah, very nice, Sigma Supreme. He did appear in Season 2. Now, did he have any Season 3 appearances? I know, obviously, he shouldn't have, but you know how sometimes animation errors lead to some of the characters that didn't make it through the movie kind of showed up now and again in the in Season 3. I can't remember any of those specifically off the top of my head, but you all know what I mean. It also happened in Headmasters. I think we had Prowl show up in Headmasters. Who else? Other guys that died on that, maybe Ironhide even, died on the ship, on the shuttle. Showed up in Headmasters. Ah, very nice. See, I need to catch up on my Season 2, don't I? So I'm going to have Windcharger using his magnetic powers here too. Just kind of a little effect to make the image more interesting. Oh, I can tell it's time for a new brush pen. I might ditch this one real quick here. I didn't realize I had frayed it that much. Call of the Primitives. Yeah, that was a well-animated episode. I guess not accounting for accuracy, but just for pretty visuals, Call of the Primitives is pretty much tops. It was, I believe, an animation studio called Studio Ox. And yeah, the animation was a bit more dynamic than usual. Yeah, they definitely added some detail to the models, along with just kind of a more dynamic look to the animation. I had to go and put both hands in this picture, didn't I? Not that that's a bad thing. Some of you have said that you'd like to see, you know, tutorials or whatever on hands, so I guess it's not so bad. It's just a little more tedious for me. Try to get these fingers splayed a bit here. Make it look like he's really putting effort into using these magnetic powers. Studio Look. Never heard of that. Anybody here planning on checking out TFCon at home, or whatever it is they're calling it? Pretty sure that's what they called it on their tweet. That would be near the end of the month, I believe 24th and 25th, maybe? Yeah, I don't think they've really announced exactly what it is they're going to be doing. I know that I will likely be a part of some sort of thing with the comics panel, you know, digital panel or whatever, but I don't know for sure exactly what I'll be doing. But likely we'll be doing something like that. Alright, we got his weird looking head. We got one hand, we'll do the other hand, and we'll jump into the rest. Nice to give Windcharger some love here. I was debating whether to do Windcharger today or Point Blank, and Windcharger won out, but I think I'll be doing a Point Blank at some point soon. I always like the look of that guy, and he got several mentions on my Twitter. Wasn't really a poll, I just kind of asked folks about which obscure or underused characters they'd like to see. Hey, thanks, Logan Robo. Signal Lancer, yeah, alright, so several people have mentioned Signal Lancer, and I'm not going to pretend like I've seen any of Signal Lancer's appearances, so I believe the character is from one of the Unicron trilogy shows, right? Turns into, is it a traffic light? Something like that, right? Tell me about Signal Lancer. You gotta sell me on it. Is it a he? I'm assuming. He's this adventurous traffic light. Okay. Apparently a lot of people want to see him. I'm gonna have to look at that after. Any Super Metroid fans on here? I thought this would be a fun change up for the tunes. Or I guess it's not usually tunes that I have. It's Japanese Transformer cartoons. Different kind of tunes, I guess. The game is one of my favorites of all time. I love Super Metroid. Alright, so we got Jazz Hands Windcharger rocking and rolling here. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's if you buy the I can't remember how it works, right? But you buy the basically the Super Nintendo subscription, right? You can buy either the NES or the SNES, or do they both come together? I can't remember how that works, but however it works, I'm pretty sure I've seen it on there. I have it, I actually still have my old cartridge because I am old. I have my old Super Nintendo and my old cartridge, but I also have the, what do they call it? The little Super Nintendo, the little box that you buy there. God, what is my problem? What do you call that thing? SNES Classic, that's what I'm thinking of. It's on the SNES Classic. I don't know if she counts as a Transformer, but I'm saying there's some crossover potential there for reals. Hey, Paul. Yeah, we're just talking about a little Metroid, Super Metroid. This is the red soil area of the game, which is one of my favorite video game tracks ever. It's actually, I don't know who put together this little remix, but don't tell them I prefer the actual game music. Justin Bailey, yep. Who was that? Was that one of the programmers or something like that? I remember, of course, the code to get. You can play as Samus without the suit in the original Metroid. All right, Paul, let's do some old guy code trivia. Do you remember the code to get to Mike Tyson in the original Punch-Out? I think I do. I guess nothing's stopping you from looking it up and posting it, right? Isn't it funny how, like, back in the day, kids used to find this stuff out? I know there was Nintendo Power and magazines and stuff like that, but word of mouth, schoolyard word of mouth for kids. It's like crazy how stuff got around. Before everything could be found instantly. Good old Windcharger here. He was one of the Mysterians, wasn't he? For those of you who watched the brilliant Mr. McFeely, Chris McFeely, special on the Mysterians, predecessor to Transformers. It's one of the few that doesn't have the little M on his body anywhere. Or I guess there was only 4 of them, right? They all had that little M, but he does not. Oh, we've got a first Transformer. That's always a special one. You only get one guess as to who my first Transformer was. Anybody who follows me probably has a pretty good idea. It is Jazz, yes. No surprises, no shocks. What you might be surprised by is when I got Jazz, I got him for my birthday, 1984. I was 7 years old. And I couldn't transform him. For a 7-year-old, that was tough. It was a tough transformation. So I opened him up. My God, I love Transformers, love Jazz. Tried to transform him, couldn't. Got frustrated with him, left him outside overnight. Next day, went and got him. Luckily, it didn't rain or anything. And then figured it out, and then the rest is history. Hey, Corinne. Welcome, welcome. I do like that take, Windcharger with the hoodie. I am using my template here, my French curve, but I'm trying to go a little more fast and loose with him. Not completely, obviously, but just a bit. I want him to have a little bit more organic feel to him. The lines maybe not so, precise. So I'm kind of, I'm giving a last hurrah to this curve right here. I finally ordered its replacement. Don't tell it. That's very sensitive. But I think after this stream tonight, I'll be retiring this curve right here. It's got a few little divots in the beveled edge, which probably can't pick it up on the camera, but it causes just a little bump in the line. Makes it not so smooth. Yes. Thank you for your service. $1,000 on eBay, yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? I would feel guilty about anybody paying that money for it. It's like the, if you're a sports fan, you can buy a game-worn jersey or game-worn whatever stuff. This curve's been with me to a few TF cons. I love me some G1 body types here. The G1 aesthetic, if you want to use that term, is my default, as you guys are probably painfully aware. But the thing with it is that it's so blocky and boxy that when a guy's got his arm lifted as I'm going to have his, it's like trying to get the physics of that to actually make sense can be a bit of a challenge sometimes. Yeah, we can't afford to replace the jersey completely, so we're just gonna cut little holes in it. What could be the problem with that? You're a baseball guy, Paul. What's do you have any take on the baseball postseason? I will admit fully that I haven't been paying attention at all. We're gonna bore people real quick with a little baseball talk. Yeah, that's it, Destron Decepticon. That's the challenge right there. Just doing it in a way that seems to make sense. Windcharger's got a bit of a funny design here. The silver part of his leg, or gray, or whatever you want to call it, kind of extends down. Like on the toy, it's like part of his upper leg here, and I view the red piece as like his lower leg, but they kind of put his knee right here on the animation model, which maybe is what it's intended to be. It's hard to really tell. But if I were converting this toy to an animation model, I feel like I would make this the knee joint here. But anyway. Oh boy, wouldn't that be fun if the Astros won it all after all that. And the Red Sox will rehire Alex Cora. And the Mets will rehire Beltran. And it'll be like nothing ever happened. Cheat to win, baby. It's worth it in the end. Just kidding. Yeah, you got to take some liberty with the animation models. I think, for my money, Guido is the master at that. He can make his images look so accurate to those Generation 1 models, but also look flexible and, like they can really move and bend, and it doesn't look awkward or, wrong. It looks good. That's why Guido's the master. Love me some Guido art. Huh, that's pretty good text representation of the biceps area. I don't really actually remember when or how I kind of came up with that, but it just seems to work. I wanted some kind of definition to that part of the arm, I guess. Oh yeah, let's talk Beast Wars. Who's pumped for that? Oh, I'm super happy for our friend Mr. Bircham getting on a regular book as the artist, not the colorist. Well, artist and colorist, I guess. I'm assuming he's going to do it all. Well deserved. Josh is one of the good guys. Not that there are really a lot of bad guys, but you know what I mean. Let's carry that all the way up to here, shall we? It would probably be pretty awkward for Josh if he did the line art and somebody else did the colors. Maybe kind of fun. Maybe it'd be a nice break for him. Who knows? I guess only he would know. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'll get my grubby little hands on it. My LCS moved shortly. Actually, they moved during the pandemic. They were gonna, not that we're out of it or anything, but the beginnings of it, they were scheduled to move, and that kind of put a bit of a pause on the actual move, and they finally did make the move happen. So I do not have a local comic shop at the moment, sadly. But, maybe I can convince David to give me a cover or two, and then I can get my comps. That's how I like to get comics. Just give me a cover for it, and then you can send me a free one. Or several. This place, I don't believe they do mail order. I do know a couple of comic shops that will do mail order things, so it won't actually be hard to get it. I'm just whining. Ha! Yeah, I'm not sure Marvel would go for that one. I haven't quite broken through with that one yet. Not sure if that's in the cards. Working for Marvel used to be a dream of mine. Not that if it ever happened, it would obviously be, a dream come true in a lot of ways. But I will freely admit that my ultimate goal is not working for Marvel. My ultimate goal is working for me. And, maybe taking some baby steps to making that happen. Two blocks. Oh man, deal breaker. I'm not going 2 blocks further. Now, for me, the place went from being about a probably less than 10-minute drive from my house to about 35-minute drive from my house. So, not impossible to get to, but definitely not convenient. Triple C. I don't actually have a name for the project yet. I've got the names of all the characters involved, or most of them. It's funny, a lot of the characters that I would like to use in my own kind of creator-owned thing are comic characters that I made up when I was in high school, or friends of mine as well were involved too. But some of the names of the characters have since been taken by other comic companies, other companies. Not like I'm a company, but they've been taken basically. So I might have to reimagine a few of the names, or like do the Liefeld thing and misspell them on purpose so they're different. I just had to get my Liefeld reference in for the night so I can keep up the streak. Wouldn't be a collar stream if I didn't reference Liefeld at some point. Liefeld Wheel of Names, yeah. Has to have blood in it. I'm kind of digging this mix right here. No, I like the joke about good old Rob. I had a little... Actually, I appreciate Rob, or maybe I should speak in past tense. I appreciated Rob for a long time for kind of the energy and enthusiasm he brought to the comics business. I'm not a hater. I think, he's... oh God, how should I put it? I don't want to rip the guy. Like, you know, I'm certainly not perfect in a lot of ways, but I don't know. I appreciate a lot of what he brought to the table, even if I wasn't the biggest fan of his work. But, you know, he kind of sets himself up to be made fun of a little bit. So I don't know. I seem to reference him a bit. But I got into a little Twitter thing with him a couple years ago. I was actually, ironically enough, I was talking basketball with him. He always hated LeBron James, but he's also a massive Lakers fan, being a California guy. So I basically, I thought we were having a fun discussion about basketball. I was, you know, I like to talk sports with my friends, you know, people I know in person, and you know, I didn't feel like our conversation was anything out of the ordinary, anything I wouldn't say to any of my friends in person. And all of a sudden, I tried to send a tweet to him, and I got the old "you've been blocked" notification, and I was like, wait, what? I thought we were just kind of having a fun conversation about LeBron James and basketball, and suddenly I was blocked. So, you know, I kind of jokingly act like I have some sort of, you know, beef with Rob over that, but, you know, whatever. I mean, I take it all in stride. It's all in good fun. What's Rob? Rob's working for IDW now, so I think I have to be nice anyway. I didn't say anything about feet. See, that's the thing. Like, you know, I actually wouldn't go there with him or pretty much anybody. Like, even though, you know, he's infamous for several artistic characteristics to his drawings, you know, I wouldn't want to rip him for it. There's plenty of other people doing that already, but I suppose that was a shot. But no, I mean, he does his thing, and he's got a lot of fans, and he brings a lot of energy, you know, to the comics world, and you know, it is what it is, as they say. But somehow I always seem to reference Rob on the stream, don't I? So if you haven't figured it out, this is kind of like some metal shrapnel or whatever that I've kind of got going on here. Like he's using his magnetic powers to pick it up and assumingly, you know, chuck it at a Decepticon or something. Yeah, a lot of people love Liefeld. Oh, he is quick with the block button. Yeah, I don't feel like anything was lost either. I'm very much not worried about it. To me, it's just kind of a funny story. Well, maybe funny is a little... No, it's not funny. It's just silly. interesting-ish. Alright, what do you look like on the back there, Windcharger? I think I should allude to his, pulling out my well-worn ARC book. I've got, he's got this action going on his back here. I think I want to allude to that a little bit. Yeah, it's a great book. Yeah, we that was actually covered earlier. Windcharger was the glue that you know, bound together the fake Menosaur. All right, let's bust out the old circle template here. We're gonna do some circles sort of representing his magnetic powers here. Kind of like Havoc from X-Men here. Do the multiple circle thing, sort of representing his magnetic powers. I'm gonna kind of try to do them in a little bit of perspective there. Do one more, even larger one here. One thing when I transition from pencils to inks sometimes, because a lot of times I do what I've done here and do my pencils digitally and print them out. When I'm in a bit of a hurry, like here, I kind of just freehanded the circles in there. So now that I'm laying the template over them, they're not exactly how I would want them to be, but you know, we make it work. One more, I think. Let's stick with the old odd number here. Should I do a smaller one? Maybe I'll do a smaller one. So we got the circles, power circles. Yeah, definitely a bit of Ditko Doctor Strange influence here. Let's see, my center point is a bit off center, if that makes sense. going to be interesting to see if Twitch or YouTube has any sort of issue with the music, because you know, this is some sort of like a fan version of the Metroid music, but it is copyrighted music nonetheless. We'll see what happens. I'm not assuming there will be an issue, but we'll find out. All right, let's see. I'm gonna throw some shading in here. Yeah, I keep the volume reasonable, I think. So I'm going to color that whole part in black there. Do so I've got, for those of you, I think most of you probably seen this before. Sometimes when I like to do some old school type effects using a brush pen, make the little splash of light that's going to be within, you know, a dark chunk. Just kind of adds a fun little effect there. See, red and blue. He is red and silver and gray and black. This is the animation model. He used the same colors as the toy. This little thing at the top here, this is one of those keychains that they sold, you know, maybe like 10 years ago or so. Oops. Anyway, took the keychain off, but he's still got that little loop over his head. If I was a customizer, I'm sure I'd have a good way to clip that off and sand it down, but that's not really my game. All right, let's put another little splash under here. Oh, let's see. Do I want to throw any more in there? Maybe I'll put take a look at this model again here. one here. Maybe I'll darken in kind of that bottom portion of his little underwear there. I'll do one here. Alright, now I'll bust out the Copic to fill in some of the larger spots that go along with all this. He's got a little shine going on there. Now I'll throw on the actual soundtrack, not a remake. Oh, thank you, Sigma Supreme. Yeah, that was a fun one. Pretender Jazz. I'm still on the lookout for one of those, actually. I'm not, you know, super actively looking, but at some point I would like to pick up a nice Pretender Jazz figure. Maybe something that's not in quite perfect shape and restore it a little bit.
in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
All right, let's fill in the edges of these darker spots using my brush pen, Kuretake brush pen. Metroid Prime, that's one that I never finished. I got into it a little bit with my little man this summer, but he's pretty gung-ho about games. He's young, he's 6, so he doesn't have a lot of patience to like hang around in areas and look for important items. He's just like, boom, let's go to the next part, fight the next bad guy. You know what I mean? So like, you know, we got pretty far into the game and I don't think we were quite ready to really be there. Kind of got stuck for a while and then we switched it up to Ocarina of Time, which was a little bit more his speed and maybe my speed too. But back to Metroid Prime, it did seem like a pretty excellent game, which at some point I will pick back up again and try to conquer. Hey, Screws. Love the hand-finger positions. Thank you. Much appreciated. Uh-oh, the Prodigy has invaded. Finished my homework, about to play Minecraft. Oh no. Well, welcome to the rad stream. Congratulations on finishing up your homework. Rose will definitely recognize this music. She's listened to it quite a bit. She's played a little bit of it. Actually, yeah, speaking of the Nintendo Online thing, Rose, didn't you play this game on Nintendo Online? Or whatever you call it, through your Switch? Oh, she's ghosted me. Mario 35? Is that a thing? Is this like the legacy numbers in comics? Is it like the actual 35th Mario game? I was only joking, kiddo. I know you wouldn't do that to your old man. What? Play Mario 1 against 34 people? I think I might take that challenge. All right. Guess I should be consistent here and do all these bits. Oh no, I don't think I would like that at all. Scratch that, not interested. I thought you were talking like straight up competition of old school games. I'm like, I see competitions with like Fortnite and stuff like that and think, oh, why couldn't, if that existed when I was playing games back in the day, I might have actually been pretty good. Although, I'm sure if you open it up to a global audience, I probably wouldn't be quite as competitive as I think I would be. But you never know. Eight-bit Breath of the Wild. I don't know how you would do that. That game is massive. takes some serious dedication. Maybe I want to... What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I think I'm going to actually take the hole inside of his lower leg here and make it dark. I'll leave that little white line of separation there, but you mean like for the toys that I have? There's plenty of those. I was actually having a conversation with Paul. I think you met Alejandro at a convention or two. My brother Alejandro. We were having a conversation just recently. He loves to fidget with his Transformers. But I don't tend to fidget with him too much. I just kind of let him sit. Every once in a while I'll take one out and mess with it, but for the most part they just kind of stay in robot mode. He was asking me about we both have War for Cybertron Springer. He was asking me if the arms pegged in a certain way on mine because they weren't doing it quite right on his. And I was like, you know what? I don't actually know if he was asking about helicopter mode. I said, I don't know if I ever actually put him in helicopter mode. So I had to get him down and start fiddling with him. Let's see, is there any more I want to put some streaks across here? Oh yeah, Masterpiece, forget about it. I only have a few of those, but I don't really have any desire to transform them back and forth. Oh, we got story time here. Oh, good. Super Nintendo's better for you anyway. That's, you know, sarcasm or silliness, whatever. Rosie and I partially successfully attempted to reshell some of her Switch controllers, but we actually messed one of them up. I say we, it was pretty much me that messed it up because I was trying to force something into place. It was a bit more technical than either of us realized. Anyway, sorry to hear that, kiddo. Donkey Kong Country? Reshell, if you've seen a Switch controller, there's you know, just the case basically. You can switch that out. And break out a new brush pen. This is what the packaging looks like on the Kuretake brush. This is the extra fine. I only know it because I can read this. Just kidding. Love these pens. Highly recommend them. I get them at jetpens.com. I'm sure you can get them elsewhere, but that's my go-to for my art supplies, most of them. All right, what time we got here? How long have we been doing this for? About an hour and a half. That's pretty good. So we'll go for another half hour and have Windcharger finished up here. All right, back to it, back to it. How do you spell the pen name? Kuretake. Probably can't make it out. My lighting is so wonky. Anyway, Kuretake. Kuretake. Probably butchering the pronunciation, but it's a beautiful disposable brush pen brand. They actually make refillable brush pens too, but this particular one is disposable. This, for my money, is the best music in the game. It's just like so creepy, atmospheric. Love it. You already died in what? Donkey Kong Country? I'm just going to make this whole piece black. I think it's black on the animation model. Actually, it's red, but whatever. See, the brush here allows you to sort of vary the weight of the line a little bit. So it can get real thin in spots and get thicker in spots. I'm really doing a number on my camera, aren't I? Sorry about that. How are we feeling about Windcharger here? Is he alright? Does he suck? What do you think? Ah, crap. Complete do-over. All right. Wizardy, I like that. Thanks. I think this was a fun choice, old Windcharger here. Like I said over on Twitter, like, yeah, I know I'm a G1 guy, so not too much of a departure for me, but You know, something a little different than the old Optimus, Megatron, Soundwave, Starscream, the usual crew. Holographic cover, huh? Yeah, they got to get back into some of that, huh? Speaking of Liefeld earlier, with all the special covers, be fun to see some of that again, like a holographic cover. A lot of those gimmick covers, you don't really see those anymore, do you? At least they don't do them with IDW Transformers, that's for sure. Not that I would ever question any decisions by my good friends at IDW. Who I know are just dying to give me a cover on that Beast Wars book. All those covers killed comics in the 90s. There were a lot of different covers. I know I think I might still have somewhere, the glow-in-the-dark Ghost Rider cover. I wasn't really a cover collector, but I did have a few of those. Some were just too cool to pass up. Whoa, earthquake. Paul, what is that from? That sounds super familiar. Better than Cats. Want to see it again and again. It was a hypnosis gag. But what was it from? Oh, right, all the Spider-Man #1 covers, of course. There's like 1 million of them. Was it Saturday Night Live? Why did I think it was something more obscure than that? A Minecraft animal after me? Oh God, I don't know. Okay, I haven't thought about that in years. I have no idea what I would name if I was naming a Minecraft animal after myself. Let's have folks chime in here. I guess it depends what the animal is. What kind of animal would it be, Rose? Or is that up for debate also? Casey Jr. It's very creative. Alright, what do I do with my number one here? Cat. Okay, what would I be called if I were a cat in Minecraft? Blockhead? I mean, that's kind of a Minecraft shot right there. Let's see, what other kind of... I'm just kind of envisioning pieces of like debris, like from a wall or something of that nature, but I feel like screws and stuff like that, rivets, whatever, would be something Windcharger could use as a weapon. Master of Magnetism, John Windcharger. Probably should have had them all sort of facing, you know, a direction where it looks like he's about to kind of hurl them at the camera. I think it's a pretty close approximation of that, though. The more little bits you add, the more dramatic it gets. Yeah, there you go. Dad. Boring old dad. I'll take that. That would be his, the identity of his holomatter avatar, John Windcharger. Detective for hire. Yeah, those weren't exactly, you know, your normal common names, were they? I think as a kid I just kind of accepted that. Yeah, those humans, Spike and Sparkplug. At least Buster almost sounded like it could have been a real name. I mean, I would naturally assume it was Budiansky, but the fact that the comic humans were different, you know, like Buster versus Spike were different names. So I don't know why that was, or who came up with which, or why. Don't know. It's a mystery. Let me peek at the time here. Minute 47. That video's coming through a bit blurry there. Not sure why that is. All right, this might be a mistake, but I'm going to add a little extra shadow coming off of some parts here. I keep it a little rough too. All right, that's probably good enough. Retired G.I. Joe member, that's kind of fun. All right, let's take the old 005, the thinnest one, and add a few little bits of, you know, battle damage or whatever. Not too much. think old Windy is getting close to the end here. He's looking pretty good. Wait, is that real? Did that actually happen? My memory of G1 is a little, of the cartoon is a little fuzzy. So I'm just kind of going inside the lines of the circles that I made earlier to kind of separate that from the dark lines underneath. Trying not to smudge, which is usually the hardest part. That shaking again. I don't know what's causing that shaking right now. How strange. I don't remember that at all. I mean, that part's not strange, but not strange that I don't remember it, but strange that it happened. I have to clean this up a little bit. Or maybe not. Clean up a few spots here. Also add some few little shine dots there. get really shiny. Just got to make sure that pen is dry before I put my hand down. There's why I need some cleanup. Come on now. I did realize that about Marissa. Now they never literally came out and said it, right? We just kind of all knew it. I gotta stop messing around with this in a minute and just call it done. We are at the minute 58 mark, so I'm just gonna call this finished. Sign off on it here. Still in 2020, sadly. There we go. Take a good look at him up close. Master of Magnetism. Woo! I'll do the usual, scan him. Pop them up on Twitter for anybody who wants to color them. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the kind words. It was a fun one. I enjoyed that. I'm going to try to keep up with drawing some of the more obscure characters. Like I said on Twitter, I'll try to branch outside of G1 a bit. But there are plenty of underappreciated G1 characters as well, so I'm definitely going to try to hit those. But we'll see what we wind up doing next week, and thanks, guys, for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a good night and a good rest of the week, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.